I'm going to hit record. And so we're recording now. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat box. I might not be able to see it while I'm going through the PowerPoint because when I'm sharing my screen, all I can see is my own screen. I won't be able to see you guys. But once I am done going through it, I'll go back through the questions and answer them as they come up, okay? So let me go ahead. Can you guys see my screen okay? Can you see my screen when I share it? Just give me like a thumbs up if you can see it. Yeah, great. All right, so let's go back and share it. All right, so since I just started, I talked a bunch before I started recording, so I'm gonna go back and say it just one more time for those of you who are watching this on replay. So if you're watching the recording, this is today's Saturday, August 11th. We're going to go through LIIFT. This is a call for new challengers and challengers that are starting month 2 of the program. We are going to start like giving an overall look of the program itself, and then we're going to go into little specifics that people seem to struggle with as they start month 2 of a program. This is my first time doing LIIFT. I have not done the program before, so I'm much like a challenger, much like you guys. I'm learning as you guys go too. With the one little, hindering little thing that I have, which is my broken leg. But I am doing the program in a very, very modified version. I've gotten the okay from the doctor to be working out, so you guys don't freak out. But my challenger, which I have had the privilege of having a different perspective while doing LIIFT, is because I'm coaching my husband for the first time. Nutritional aspect of it, my husband has done a lot of Beachbody programs before, but this is the first time that he's actually been a challenger, like following the nutrition plan and doing cheat days and all that stuff. So that's been something really fun for me to witness as a coach. I mean, I've been a coach for 5 years, so if you don't know me, my name is Bianca O'Brien. I started as a coach back in October of 2013, and I have done pretty much every single program that Beachbody's put out. I've done really well. I was in a coach test group for 80-Day Obsession, so I came off to LIIFT after having done 2 rounds back-to-back of 80-Day Obsession, which was not an easy program. So pretty much I was if you know 80-Day Obsession, it's a very intense program, and it has no room for cheats. It's very intense. It's hour workouts every day. The nutrition plan is very strict. There is no cheats. So I did 80 days of, better yet, I did 160 days without sugar, alcohol, anything. So I did a very, very good focused program when I came into LIIFT. Now, a little backstory is that in between, I broke my leg. So I have been I was actually on the other end after doing 80-Day Obsession, because what ended up happening is that I was on a period of about 4 to 5 weeks without any kind of physical exercise whatsoever. And so when I started LIIFT, I started with a very, very modified, but I am very, very good with being disciplined. I've learned what it takes to follow a nutrition program. I know what it takes I know the struggles that we face when we do it. So I bring that fresh perspective into it, because even though I am very disciplined, even though I am very organized and I like to meal prep and plan, and I like to do things the right way, I've not been able to do that. So I've been able to get a different perspective. And I also have my husband doing it for the first time. So it gives me an idea of what people who do programs for the first time go through. And so being able to see that, since I've been doing this for 5 years, it's kind of becomes second nature to me. And I'm just oh yeah, do this. But now I'm seeing it from a different, set of eyes, watching my husband do it. So if you are brand new to Beachbody programs, and this is your very first time doing one, I want to tell you guys that there is nothing to be scared about. The main thing that I see people who try to do a program for the first time is that they try to do everything perfect. A lot of people get, the nutritional guide, and they go through it and they follow it to the T, or they try to follow it to the T. And then what ends up happening is life is life. And then when life happens and things don't go according to the book, we tend to feel like we failed. And sometimes when we feel like we failed, we feel like we don't need to keep going, or there's no point in keeping, in trying to keep going, because it already failed. So then it goes all out the window, and then we go back to to where we were when we started. And really, that's not what this is about at all. Like, there is no call for perfection here. Even though the programs are pretty straightforward, Lift 4 is fantastic as it's very flexible. You're going to be doing 4 workouts a week. You have a lot of rest days, which is kind of dangerous even for us who are used to like a daily workout program. It might get a little like, oh, you don't like to do the rest day. So we tend to want to do more because this is, you know, we're not used to having so much time off. But it's very straightforward, very flexible. The nutritional plan is very similar to the 21-day fix. So if you've done the 21-day fix, you're going to be fine. Like, don't stress over it. You can break up your containers. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but you can break up your containers throughout the day. You can eat them however you'd like. You can follow 2B mindset. You don't have to follow the container. So it really is it's really flexible in a sense that you can make this program work for you. It's a very good beginner program in my eyes because you have, you don't have that, to work through your soreness as much. You get a little bit of time off in between the soreness so that you can rest and recover. And then it's very easy in the sense of willpower. Like, it's much easier from a willpower perspective because you do get that whole day off where you can just enjoy the things that you like to eat, and you can get off the plan and not worry about it. And that gives a break to our willpower muscles as well. So we can get, we can come back to Monday like refreshed and rejuvenated, just kind of like the muscles do. So because willpower is much, you guys have probably heard me say this, like willpower is a muscle. The more you work it, the better it gets, right? The stronger it gets. So it gets easier for you to say no to cheats and to get off the meal plan. But at the same time, it also gets exhausted, right? So if you're using your willpower a lot, it will, you are more likely to, in the face of temptation, give in because you're just exhausted from exerting all that, the strength that it comes with, like having to say no constantly over and over and over. And I know that I experienced that firsthand with 80-day obsession. So if you're brand new, don't be scared. This is an easy, simple, straightforward program to follow. And if you are starting month 2, which this call is for month 2 people. So if you have done, your month, you've gone all through month 1, you are now familiar with the program, you know what's involved, you're kind of used to the flow. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you don't have struggles of your own, right? When we start, we have our own struggles, which is trying to make it all work and falling into a routine. And then when we're entering a second phase, we kind of know what's expected, but that doesn't mean that everything went perfect. And first of all, I just want to say kudos, because if you are here trying to see how you can make month 2 better, that says a lot about you and your level of commitment to the program and to your health. If because I know if you're here for month 2, month 1 did not go perfect. Because I know month 1 didn't go perfect for me. And I don't know anybody that month 1 went perfect for. We have 100 people in this group, and nobody did it perfect. And so that tells you that you're human. But the fact that you can take that and try to make it better for month 2, and that you are in that mindset, okay, what can I do so that this can be a little bit better? That's a cause for applause. Like, I really want to just say, thank you for taking this program so seriously, that you're here on a Saturday morning. You could be doing a billion other things, and you're here trying to make it better for month 2. So I just wanted to say thank you for showing up for the call. So let's start by saying, let's evaluate your progress. How did month 1 go for you? I know we tend to focus a lot on the scale. And I just want to set you guys, your mind at ease, because I myself did not see a big change in the scale. And as a matter of fact, I saw it go up on scale, but that's unique to where I am in my journey. But even my husband, who is on a maintenance plan and has been eating super healthy, and he has been following the program, I would say 80% of the time, which I call success. If you're able to follow it 80% of the time, and you fall off here and there, but you're not exactly doing terrible either, then I say kudos to you, because 80% is awesome. And that's what I would say he's on. And he's gained weight himself. Granted, he's on a maintenance plan. So what I get from this, and basically from any program that I know of Beachbody, or if anything really that involves weightlifting or weight training, you're not going to see a big change on the scale in the first phase of it, because you are lifting pretty heavy. Your muscles are not used to it. You are putting on muscle, and you are, burning fat. So at this stage of the program, you are not meant to be dropping crazy amounts of weight. So if you haven't seen a change on the scale, or if you've seen the scale go up even, I want you guys to just get off the mindset of it's not working because I don't see weight loss yet. That does not mean it's not working. It just means that you are on the build phase of the program, which is completely normal. This is how all weight training programs start. So you're fine. You are on track. That does not mean it's not working. And I want you guys to get on the mindset of like focusing on your non-scale victories. Are your clothes fitting a little bit, looser? Are you having more energy? Like my husband told me something yesterday that I thought was really cool. So on the drive home, he gets really my husband struggles with be feeling tired throughout the day. This is his main, this was our main clue that he needed to better his health, right? His nutrition, because he's very fit. He works out. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. He works out. He's slim. He's not overweight at all. And so he's if you look at him, he looks very healthy, but he struggles every day after lunch. He would be falling asleep on his desk. He would be falling he has confessed to me that on the drive home, he feels so sleepy, he is fighting to stay awake. So we knew, and he doesn't sleep well at night. So we knew going into it that his nutrition had to be better. We could better his nutrition and it would increase his energy level. And so yesterday we're talking about it. He's like, I know. He's like, if there's one thing that I've noticed about this program is that you cannot get through a whole day without eating a salad. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. And then I was like, it's a lot of greens. And he said, I actually like eating this amount of veggies. I feel like I feel better. I have more energy. And he's like, I haven't fallen asleep on the way home in over a week. And I thought that was fantastic. I was like, that's a really good testimony. I know that we don't focus on these little things because we want to see what we're wired to do is look for the results on the scale. But focus on those little things. For him, that's a huge victory. That's not, the scale doesn't reflect that, but that doesn't mean that he's not, his health is not better because of the program, because of his nutrition. And then I want you to second, ask yourself, what are your standards and what are you comparing yourself to? Who are you comparing yourself to and what are you comparing yourself to? Because we may very well see somebody else that is in the group that, comes on and says, well, I lost 10 pounds last week. And that's fantastic for them. But then we start thinking that, oh, well, I didn't lose any, so I must not be doing as good as she is. Don't do that. There's no room for that in this group because you do not know where that person is on their journey. Maybe they have they're 300 pounds overweight and they have 10 pounds, to lose that week. You may not have that. Your body may be struggling with those last 10 pounds, which I will be the first one to tell you. It took months for me to take off those 10 pounds. It's hard when your body is where it should be or where it would like to be versus where you want it to be. And so you have that, that little struggle with those last 5 or 10 pounds. So don't, that takes time to build, to get those 10 pounds off. Those last 10 pounds off takes time. And so don't compare yourself to where somebody else is on their journey. And then think about where were your downfalls last month, or what were the things that were triggers for you that made you steer off the program, right? Is there a specific food or a specific time of the month, or was it, something stressful, that you responded to that, made you get off track? You have to start dissecting what it is about you that's specific to you that makes it hard to follow, because everybody has their own struggles. For me, it's very simple. To not miss a workout is not a hard thing for me to do. I will work out every day and I'll work out for an hour and I'll do it happily because I enjoy working out. But that may not be your struggle. But that may not be easy for you. That may be your struggle. Maybe finding that consistency and that, motivation to work out every day, that may be your struggle. So we all have different weaknesses. You have to kind of focus on what is harder for you and trying to make that better, because some things will come natural and some things will not. So focus on your weaknesses because your strengths are not hard for you. Right? Your strengths are for me, focusing on, I will not miss a workout this week. That's not hard for me. That's, that's not challenging me in any way, but I will not put any of my kids' leftover food in my mouth this week. That's hard for me. So that's a good goal for me. So, while that might not be for you. So you kind of have to focus on what is hard for you to do and try to improve that. And then your strengths, what things are easy for you to do and why are they easy for you to do? And then are you sharing that with the group? And are you sharing your progress? Because that part of this fellowship or this community or in the group, for us to be effective as a group, we have to be willing to share those things. Because when you give like that, when you take something that is easy and natural for you to do and you try to help people who struggle with it, when you give them your tips, when you share with them how you make it work, that makes the whole group stronger. And when we have that, that community where everybody's kind of pouring, their tips into the group and not just relying on the coaches to do it, then that makes the group stronger. And the more people get results, the better the group does as a whole, the better you will do. It's in giving that we're receiving. And that I think that is really, really a huge part of why coaches do so well. Like you see coaches making progress all the time. If you ask yourself why, it's because they're constantly giving, they're constantly going in there sharing and just trying to pour into others what's working for them. That doesn't mean they're perfect. That doesn't mean that they have it all figured out. That just means that they're trying to help you, and in the process of helping you, they're helping themselves. So you don't have to be a coach to do that. You can be a challenger. If something's working for you, go in there and share that with the group, because by strengthening them, you yourself become stronger. And trust the process. Like I said in the beginning, this month 1, a lot of it is building. So you're building the muscle. And then month 2, we're going into a different phase of the program. And now you're going to be leaning. I don't know how the program works. I haven't done it before, but I can probably guess that this second phase is going to have a lot more HIIT than lifting, because we have done the progress of the process of building our muscles. So I'm thinking that the HIIT portion of the workouts are going to increase and the building are just going to get heavier, right? You were just going to be lifting heavier now and then probably shorter. So I'm thinking that that's the way it's going to go. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I just know that that's usually how weight training programs work. And so when we go into a lean phase, you're going to start dropping more weight and you're going to, you're going to be able to see your muscles that you've been working so hard for in month 1 really pop. And then you're going to feel yourself more toned. You're going to see yourself slimming. And maybe now might be the time where you see the scale going down a little bit more. So at this time, don't try to it's not working. I'm going to, I was on plan B. I'm going to go down to plan A. This is not the time for that. Just go back, recalculate. We're going to talk about this on the next slide. You can recalculate because you may have dropped 10 pounds, 20 pounds. I don't know where everybody is. So now is the time to adjust, but avoid doing that on your own. Don't think avoid not going back to the book and following it the way it is. These programs are designed by professionals. They know what they're doing. So you kind of have to trust the process, that even if, the scale didn't do what you wanted it to do, you have to still follow the program. This is not the time for you to start questioning, is it working, is it not working, and start to make your own tweaks into the program. We're not professionals. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to trust the program. I'm going to trust the process, follow the program the way it was made out, despite it, whatever I thought about month 1 and how it went. I'm just going to focus on the things that I know I need to do better. And I know there was a lot I can improve on. So I'm sure you guys have the same things that you can all improve on. So I'm going to focus on what I can do, but I am going to trust that Beachbody put out a program that I started and that it is going to work for me at the end if I follow it the way it's meant to be followed, by not putting my own, nope, I think this is better. No, I don't do that. And I don't recommend you guys do it either. Trust it, even if it doesn't seem to be working right now, still trust it. Go into month 2 knowing that you're doing the right thing by following it, and then just focus on the things that you need to improve for yourself. And then now is the time to adjust. So go back and recalculate. If you changed weight, make sure that you go back into the book, and then you make sure that you're on the right calorie bracket for your weight now. So you might have started at 175 pounds and now you're at 150 or 155. So that will put you in a different calorie bracket. You were in C, you're in B, and now you're now in A. So make sure that you're following it the right way. And also ask yourself, if you're in between those 1 to 10 pounds to lose, ask yourself if you should be in maintenance or weight loss, because I know sometimes we think that we have 10 pounds to lose, but our body may not agree with us. And if you are fighting it, if you're underfeeding it, if you're thinking that you should be in weight loss because you still have 10 pounds to lose, and you're starving and you're not making progress, maybe you should go up to maintenance. And I know that's a scary thing for a lot of people to do. When I was in 80-day obsession and I had to do this, it was super scary. I had like a huge conflict because I still have like the I'm overweight brain in my head, thinking that, you know, I have 10 pounds to lose, I should be in weight loss. So I was really literally not eating enough and I wasn't making any progress. And then when I bumped up, and it was a big bump for me. It was from A to C. And when I started eating all that food, it was a struggle for me. It was really hard because remember, I've been eating in Plan A for 4 years, you know, almost 5 years at that point. So for me to say, okay, now I have to eat more to lose weight, that didn't make sense in my brain. But that was what Autumn, like herself, told me to do. And so I had to trust that the personal trainer knew better for me than I knew. And so I bumped up to Plan C, and lo and behold, I started to lose weight and tone more and gain more muscle. And I had the results I was looking for. I never really lost all those 10 pounds. I went down to, I lost about 5 of those 10 that I wanted to, but I got a new idea of what, like I was stuck on, I have to be 135 pounds. And I made it to 135 by the end of peak week, but then I went up to 140 again, and it was like that became my new norm. So now 140 was a more comfortable weight for me. I still looked super lean. There was not like I was super happy with my results. So then I learned that the scale doesn't always reflect what you want your body to look like. The idea on the scale and what you actually look like could be completely different, and you might have the same distorted vision of your body, as is. So if you are in between 1 to 10 pounds to lose, I really want you to consider going into a maintenance plan if you're on a weight loss plan, and then talk to your coach if you're unsure. If you're 100% like, I'm not sure, I have 5 pounds to lose, but I'm really not sure if I should go on weight loss, feel free to talk to your coach because they will be the best person to direct you in that sense. And then nutrition, we talked about this. This is what we just talked about, so we're not going to go into weak and helpful tips. So a lot of times what I see happening, and this is one of the main questions that people had for this program was, okay, so I do really great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Come Friday, Saturday, it all goes down the drain because there's a lot of social outings. People go out to dinner and there's parties and all that good stuff. And we want to enjoy, right? We want to live life. And that's what was promised to us when we decided to do LIIFT because it is a flexible program. And I love the fact that there is a cheat day and not a cheat meal in this program because that does give your willpower muscle a rest. And it does make the program a lot more fun and enjoyable, which is what we want in the summertime. We don't want to be restricting ourselves. We want to enjoy our time. We want to be able to go to the beach and have a good time and all that cool stuff. Okay. Bye, sweetie. So I got Valentina. Sorry, guys. Bye. Have fun. So then the fact that there is the cheat day is really helpful, but at the same time, it could be a downfall for a lot of people who crave the structure, who don't do well, and there is a lot of freedom. So let's talk about that because that is me. Hello, my name is Bianca, and I have a hard time, on the weekends. So let's talk about that. What are some things that we can do to stay on track with the program, still have fun, still enjoy our cheat day, but don't let it be our downfall, right? So a lot of times it takes planning. So you have to plan ahead. Like for us, for example, we like to do our cheat days on Saturdays because that's just when we do most of our outings. It's our family day. It's when we do our stuff. And then on Sundays, typically we're home, we're meal prepping, so we don't have a hard time following the meal plan on Sundays. So the way LIIFT is scheduled is you do your cheat days either on Wednesdays or Sundays because you want the extra calories or the extra foods on the day before you work out, right? So it's built in that way. You could opt for Wednesday or Sundays, but Saturdays wasn't an option. So what we did here was move up our week a day. So we actually start our workouts on Sundays and we have our cheat days on Saturdays. And it has worked really well for us. So for us, planning ahead and just kind of looking at our week, how is it going to play out? Like, for example, we have our kids are going on a sleepover, so we have a date night tonight. So Saturday is perfect. Tomorrow we'll come home and we'll do day 1 of week 5. It's all fantastic. We'll meal prep and we'll eat well tomorrow. So that has worked well for me. It might be beneficial for you as well if you have the same thing going on. Like if Saturday is a hard day for you to stay on track, then why would you try to do cheat days on Sundays? That might not work. So plan ahead, know what works best for you. That will help you stay on track for sure. And don't skip it. Don't think like, oh, okay, well, I don't need cheat day. I'm just going to skip it. And then, you know, I'm going to wait till like, I'm just not going to do it. I really don't recommend that. Even if you don't want to cheat all day because you feel crappy the next day, which is my case. What I do is I have a cheat meal. I don't have a whole cheat day. But if I want to eat something outside of the program on Saturday, which is my cheat day, like I woke up and I had a normal breakfast that would be, you know, not a cheat. Like I ate normal. But if I'm at lunchtime, I feel like I want to have something that's out of the program, then I'll go ahead and do it. But if I don't feel like it, then I don't do it. But I eat like whatever I want. So I don't skip it per se, but I also don't go all out. You know what I mean? So that is really up to you. If you want to eat bad all day, like my husband, he's happy eating pizza for breakfast because it is cheat day. That's all on him. I am happy that he gets to do it. You know, I like that he enjoys it. I don't feel good about it when I do it just because my body doesn't respond well to junk food. But so I don't completely skip it, but I don't at the same time I eat what I want. And then when Sunday comes around, if you have leftover stuff in your fridge, like for example, last week we had a retirement cake in our fridge. I ate it, you know, I did what we wanted. I did what I wanted on the Saturday. And then when Sunday came around, I threw all that junk out because I am not one to be trusted around with temptations. So as long as I don't have it in my house, I don't eat it. But if I do have it, I'm going to eat it. So I know yourself and know what you can be trusted around and what you can't. And that's really helpful. Like, don't try to make the excuse, oh, well, other people will want to eat it. They probably won't even notice if you throw it out. So give it to your neighbors, do whatever you want with it, but, you know, or eat it, enjoy it, you know, guilt-free. And then the next day, just get rid of it so you're not tempted to keep on eating it. And as far as like the nutrition plan goes, that is all that I have for you guys. But if you have questions that I didn't address, make sure that you put in the chat box now so that I can go back and answer it. And now we'll talk about a little bit more about the workouts. This is short and sweet. Self-care, make sure you're doing it. You know, you're lifting really heavy weights. So whatever you can do to give those muscles a time to relax and not be as tight, that will help you prevent injury. And it will really help you like in your progress as well. So massages are like, those are my go-to. Massages, I get one every 2 weeks. I really think that they help a lot, like prevent injury. So, because they make everything nice and loose again so that you can go back and lift again the next day. I really enjoy them. I highly recommend it. I usually do it on Friday. So like I told you guys, my weekend starts on Sunday. My week starts on Sunday. So I will do it on Friday, relax, like not do anything on Saturday, which is my cheat day. And then I'll go back to it on Sundays. That is how I recommend it, but you do whatever you need to do. You know, if you're really tight and you want to go in at, you know, during the week, do that. Epsom baths, I take those all the time, especially after leg days. I haven't been really going hard on leg days recently, so I've been skipping that. But you guys definitely feel free to invest in the Epsom bath. I get mine on Amazon, the lavender kind, the sports. It's for athletes. It's good. It's $15 and you get like a big bag of it. It's totally worth its price in gold. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water because that soreness that you feel, that's lactic acid buildup in your system. And, you know, the more water you drink, the better you get rid of that. So make sure you're hydrating, you're drinking lots and lots of water. And this is not a part to be skipped, you guys, or overlooked. Because I know we talk about it a lot and you even did a water challenge and all that stuff. There's a reason behind it. Like if there is one tip that I can give you guys that will make all the difference in your week is making sure that you're drinking the recommended amount of water every day. And I promise you, if you don't do this yet and you start doing it, you will see a difference. You see a difference on the scale. You see a difference on your appetite. You see a difference on your soreness. You see a difference in a whole lot on your energy level, especially, you know, you'll see a lot of difference if you start drinking water. It's not to be overlooked. I know we talk about it a lot, and sometimes the little things are the easy ones to get discarded, but water is really, really big. And then make sure you're getting enough sleep. Your muscles only recover when you're sleeping. I don't know if you guys knew that. Like throughout the day while it's warm and you're being used, you're not growing it. So you need to rest and make sure that you're resting enough and giving it time to recover so that it can grow. So you can't get that toned look. You can't get the results that you're looking for if you're not sleeping enough. And that's really big. And I know that is easier said than done. But trust me, where there is a will, there is a way. And for us, that means going to bed at 9:30. And I know that sucks. Like that doesn't sound fun at all. But you know what? It does make a difference on like how you feel throughout your day. Getting enough sleep is really big. And so going to bed at 9:30. We usually are asleep around 10:30, and then we wake up at 5:30 to do our workouts. So that gives us about 7.5 hours of sleep each night. It's enough for us. It works for us. If we can make it happen with 3 kids in our house and the busy lives that we have, you guys can make it happen too. So make sure that you are getting enough sleep. It will make a big difference. And as far as the workouts go, if you're going into month 2, make sure you're going up in weights. Like, it does you no good to be lifting the same weights that you were doing in month 1. That may mean a little bit more of an investment. Or you can get creative. You can use, like, if you want to go up, like if you were doing 5s for your lights, but you have, like, you can just get 2-pound weights, and then add them on and hold both weights. And that will go up in 7 so that you don't have to buy, 7-pound weights. Some things work like that. If you were doing like 10 pounds for your mediums, you can use your 10 and your 5s together for your mediums now. So sometimes that works. But maybe you just need to invest. That may be the time that you just need to. And don't forget, you got your bands too. The bands also work for weights. So if you are doing the workouts with just the weights, but now you want to go up, I swear sometimes the bands are harder than the weights. So you can try that too and see if you get a better workout that way. In order to access the modifier, you'll pull up the screen just the normal way that you would. It can only be used on the website itself. On the app, it doesn't work. But if you go on the website and you click on the right-hand corner on the bottom, you will see the option for the modifier. And you just click on that. And then a little modifier screen pops up on your right, and you can follow the workouts with the bands. That works really well when you're traveling as well. You don't have to skip your workouts when you go away, for work or, on vacation or whatever it is. You can still do your workouts with the bands. And then use your tracker sheets. There's no way that you know or you remember what weights you used the week before or the month before unless you're tracking it. So make sure that you use the tracker sheets. They are on the program materials on Beachbody On Demand. As far as staying accountable, make sure you're checking into the group all the time. I know I went into why it helps. Make sure you're communicating with your coach if you're struggling. We have no way of knowing, you guys, if you're going through, if you're having difficulty with anything, the containers or whatever. We don't know unless you tell us. So you have to make sure you're communicating with your coach. I know that I send out emails every Monday, so check your emails, because I can see who saw it, and I see that a lot of people don't even open the emails. There's valuable content in those emails, so make sure that you're opening them. They take like 2 seconds to read, and they will give you an insight into the week to come. So make sure you guys are checking in with the emails. Every Monday, I send them out. Make sure you're using your progress pics. You're taking your progress pics and you send them to your coach, because sometimes you may not see it, but we'll see it and we can help you point that out to you. We'll never share your pictures unless you give us permission to. So don't be scared of sending your progress pictures to your coach. Make sure you take them. Even if you don't want to send them to your coach, just make sure you take them, because like I said, the scale can lie, but the pictures and the measurements don't typically lie. So take the pictures at the same angle every day, at the same time of the day, with the same lighting, so you can see, and with the same clothes, so that you can see. But don't skip this part. I know that I did T25. That was my very first program, and I lost 33 pounds with that program, and I don't have anything to show for it because I didn't take any pictures. And that's, if there is one regret that I have in my coaching career, that would be it. I wish I had listened to my coach and taken my pictures, and now I have like nothing to show for it. And I don't even, I can't even, it really is a pat on the back when you're done with your program. So you really want to see how far you came, and the pictures help tremendously with that. And then if you're up to it, and if you're a coach, this is non-negotiable. You guys know that you're supposed to be sharing your progress in social media. And I can give you guys a bazillion million reasons why you should be doing this. But even if you're not a coach, share your progress on social media. It will help you stay accountable. It really will. Just putting your goals out there into the world. I know it's a scary thought. And I know we go through the whole thing in our minds, like, what are people going to think? And, what are they going to say? And blah, blah, blah. But do it for you. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. My social media acts almost like a journal, that I can go back on and look. And it just helps me, help process through what I'm feeling. And, and when I put that goal out there, I know that people are watching me, and that makes me stick to my program so much better. And I know it sounds scary, but you know what? People are just going to encourage you on your journey. And you might even find people who are on the same path and who want to link arms with you and do it with you. And that, when it comes with like a friend or somebody that it just makes it so much more fun and enjoyable. And so I definitely encourage you guys, you never know. There may be somebody that's really struggling to lose weight that would look up to you and look at your progress pictures and get inspired and want to do it too. it's really fun, and it's really like, it's how you pay it forward, you know, what's happening to you, and you just kind of putting it out there. Like I said to you guys before, it's by giving that we help ourselves. If you start doing that, you will see like it does make a big difference. So I definitely encourage you guys to do that. I can talk a lot, right? So let's see. Oh, I did good, 40 minutes. I thought I did more. So I'm going to stop here, and I am going to see if you guys have any questions. I'm going to pull it up here. Recharge is like, oh, I forgot about that. I didn't even mention the performance line. The performance line is really, really helpful. Recover is my favorite. If you guys have never had it, like, I definitely encourage you to have it. Like, it makes a difference on those days. For me, it's always the shoulder days that get me. Like, I don't know why, but my shoulders get really sore, and then those are the ones that get me. Usually, it used to be leg day, but now I can't really go hard on leg day. So now shoulder. The days I do shoulders, for sure, like, I definitely take some Recover afterwards. It helps with the soreness, like, a lot, like a lot. And Recharge, Shane likes Recharge. Recharge is the one that you take at nighttime. It really does help too. It helps sleep too. It's getting, after being sick, it is tough getting back into. So I'm sick right now. There must be something going around. I have a runny nose and my head hurts, and I don't know what's going on, but it really is. You fall off your routine, and it does make it hard. I hope you feel better. Are you feeling better? Or are you still sick? It does. Drink a lot of water. It helps. And you got to remember too, when you're doing a workout program, like a lifting program or something that 80 Day Obsession was like, oh my God, I saw it so bad with 80 Day Obsession, because it's exercise, yes, so it's good for you, but it's still stress in your body, right? We have to remember that. It is stress on your body. It's good stress. You want to put your body through that stress. It's kind of like my leg, like with the walking, everybody's like, are you okay to be walking? Like, walking is what's making my leg better. Like, my bones need the stress, the impact, for it to heal and recover. And so the same thing with exercise, right? We need it. It's a kind of stress that we need to put on our bodies to make sure that we are keeping it healthy. But nonetheless, it is stress. It is added stress. And when you compound in the stress of daily life, traffic and kids and finances and work and everything else that we put ourselves under stress, this is just the ones that I can think of that external. And then you think about also the stress of not sleeping enough, the stress of, the environment itself, the noise, the toxins that we ingest, everything else that goes on around us, the constant social media buzzing and all that stuff. That's also stress. So you have a lot of stress going into your body. So what happens under stress? Your immune system goes down. And so that's why we get sick. And that's why, when I was doing 80 Day Obsession, I got sick like 3 times, and I never get sick, but I knew that it was an intense program and my immune system was down because of it. So that is why it's important to not just do the exercise, but follow the nutrition, because the nutrition really does play a big part. And then that is why sleep is so important, because that is how you recover from stress, right? Meditation, self-care, massages, yoga. If you guys like yoga, do that in between your workouts. It really helps. I know, Amanda, you like it. So I definitely add that in, add the yoga, add the meditation. If you guys need help with meditation, Kristen Richards is really good with that. Like, for me, meditation is always about prayer, but making sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you are releasing that stress any way, shape, or form that you can do it. I love spas. I love massages. I love my glass of champagne. I love, all those things are important too, so that you are keeping yourself, like, you're getting rid of that stress. You can't let the stress accumulate so much, because if you do, your body will complain. It will get sick. It will, like, your immune system will go down, and that's how you see it. So yeah, see, it's common, you guys. It's really common. I definitely need to plan ahead with my nutrition. If I do not, then I completely fail. Yeah, that's me too. 100%. If I don't have to meal prep, but I have to meal plan. Meal prepping is like the icing on the cake. Like, if I get to actually make some stuff in the kitchen, which I'm about to go into the kitchen in a little bit, and I'm going to make some stuff because I know tomorrow is going to be super hectic. So I'm going to get ahead of the game. If I can make some stuff, great. That's the icing on the cake. But I at least have to look at my week. Like, I sit down and I look at my week. I'm like, okay, Allie starts school on Monday. That's going to be crazy. Then Wednesday I have my church meeting, my life group meeting. Okay, can't be there. So I'm like, Wednesday night dinner, I won't be here to prep. I can't, I have to eat before I leave. Like those little things make a big difference for me. Just being able to we're going to see Shakira on Wednesday. So like, I already know, like, okay, maybe my cheat day will be on Wednesday. And you know what I mean? Like those things, I have to take a look ahead and just kind of like prep and have an idea of how it will all play out. And at that point, then I feel okay going into the week. But if I don't do that process, if I don't look at my calendar and I don't have like an idea of when cheat meal is going to happen, when what we're going to eat each day, like I have to make, like even if it's rotisserie chicken, microwave broccoli, and bagged brown rice that we buy like ready made with the Uncle Ben's, even if it's that, that takes zero prepping and it's a dinner that I run to a lot because my life is crazy. And if I don't prep, that's what we end up eating, and that's okay. Even if it's Chipotle, we order Chipotle, but like I've learned what can I eat from Chipotle and all that stuff. Even if it's that, just, that night I'm going to have Chipotle. Even if I don't prep, but I know what I'm going to eat, then I stay on track. But if I don't do any of that planning, if I don't know what's going on that week and I have put no thought into it, that's when I fall off track. That is when like I end up eating Chinese food, which I don't even eat. You know what I mean? Like that's when it all goes wrong, just because I didn't put that thought into it, because I cannot get to the point where I'm hungry to decide what I'm going to eat, because that's when my willpower goes to like non-existent. Like I have, my willpower does well when I have no decisions to make. I know what I'm going to have. I know what okay, then I'm good. I'm fine. Like I just can't make the decision, especially not when I'm hungry, because I make bad decisions when I'm hungry. I don't know about you guys. You mentioned this is a good program for beginners, but would you recommend for someone wanting to lose weight to start with? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because weight loss is not about the program that you're doing. Weight loss is about nutrition. And this nutrition is 21-day fix nutrition. And I like that there's a cheat day and not a cheat meal. I think it's a really good program for somebody that has weight to lose and that is a beginner. I really think so. It's going to be one of my go-tos. The 21-day fix is great too. Like the 21-day fix gives a good base as well. I think that this these workouts, this plan being 4 days a week with the 3 days off is a better plan than the 21-day fix, which is every day. And it seems like a lot to ask of people in the beginning. They struggle with that consistency and people fall off because they're unable to do the 21 days consecutively. Not missing a whole day of workout for somebody, like a whole 21 days of workout for somebody that doesn't have the habit of working out it's hard for beginners. And so I think, you work out 2 days, you take a day off, you work another, and you take another 2 days off. That seems to work well for them. So I think that I will start recommending this more so than the 21-day fix to start, because the nutrition plan is where the magic happens. And I think if they're following the nutrition, if they're eating clean and they're drinking their shake every day, and they're able to follow the containers, if they're able to get in all the containers, then they'll be A-okay to lose weight. Like I don't foresee a problem. But I do think it will be a slower weight loss than the 21. Like 21-day fix, people lose 15 pounds in 3 weeks. That's really good. In this, I think maybe they'll lose 10 pounds in their first month. That's a good expectation for them, because it's a slower, like they're not going as intense in their workouts. So I think it's a playoff. And you have to kind of see where people are. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to make that recommendation without talking to them and knowing like where they are in their life. Because if they're new to working out, then for sure, put them into the 21-day fix program. They'll be fine doing the 7 workouts a week. Or if they enjoy working out, they might not have a problem doing it. So it takes talking to the person and figuring out where they are in their journey. So that's what coaches do. How fun is that? All right. Do you guys have any other questions? Are we good? I'm excited for month 2. I think I'm going to do better month 2 than I did month 1, because I'm able to do a little bit more. It's almost like because I wasn't able to go all in with my workouts, with my leg, I kind of like half-assed it, if I'm to be sincere. And I think now that I'm able to do it a little bit more, I can actually follow the modifier now, which before I was just making up my own exercises. But I think now I'll go a little bit more with it wasn't perfect for me, guys. It was definitely not perfect. Yay, I'm excited for you. You're going to enjoy it. You're welcome, Stephanie. All right, guys, I will let you go. I don't want to keep you guys on a Saturday. Go out and enjoy. Have your cheat meals, your cheat days. Amanda, feel better. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.